Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. This is probably one of my top 5 favorite videos to film every year because I am a nerd for homeschool curriculum. I love this, it makes my heart happy, and I'm going to show you guys what we're going to be using. If you're new here, my name is Jen and we have 3 kids. River is almost 2. Obviously he's not doing any curriculum, but our girls are 6 and 8 currently. Quinn's our 6-year-old. She'll be 7 in September, so she technically would be going into the 2nd grade if she was in the school system. And then Bailey will be 9 in July, which is crazy, her last year of single digits. I can't believe it's happening. But she would technically be going into the 4th grade. And so I'm going to show you guys what we're using. If you've seen our curriculum videos before, a lot of this is going to look familiar. We are not a family who jumps around to different curriculums. We find what we like, we find what works, and we just continue using it. So here we go. Let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to start with Quinn's individual stuff. I will show you Bailey's individual stuff, and then we will do our family subjects as well. So for math, Quinn is using the ReadingEggs MathSeeds program again that she used the past few years. So we start our kids on readingeggs.com when they are about 3 years old. Bailey taught herself to read using ReadingEggs, and Quinn has loved it and thrived with it as well. And it comes with, the annual subscription comes with a MathSeeds subscription as well. So it's perfect. And then you can use it kind of like an ABC Mouse type of thing where it's a supplemental or fun thing for your kids to do. It's a great thing to do for the summertime. So that they're not learning anything at all. But they also have these workbooks, and so you can kind of use it as an actual curriculum. So she's going to be using Math Level 2 for her math, and then she'll be obviously doing the online component as well. And then for reading language arts, I'm possibly going to start her with a grammar curriculum that I'll show you that Bailey has in the second half of the year, but I don't think she's quite ready for that yet. Just like discipline wise and like attention span wise, she's definitely more of my free spirit, and so sitting down and doing her schoolwork is not high on her priority list. Like she'll do it, she loves it, she doesn't complain all that much, but when it comes to Bailey, she's like, give me all the workbooks. When it comes to Quinn, she's like, let me finish so I can play. So we might start grammar in the second half, kind of base that off of what she's feeling. But for language arts, we are going to be doing the ReadingEggs portion, which is online, and the workbook, and she's doing level 2 for this, and we really love this. Honestly, we go through 2nd grade for this, and then for 3rd grade we switched Bailey to the curriculums that you'll see here. We switched her this past year. That's probably what we're going to do for Quinn too, because I'm not a fan of like the higher levels of this curriculum, but we'll see. Anyways, that's what she's using this year. And then she's also going to be doing handwriting. She has done book A and B already, and this is the Getty Dubay handwriting curriculum. And in this one, she actually gets to start practicing like the basics of cursive connecting letters and stuff like that. So she'll get to do that in the second half of this book. She'll be doing books C and D this year. We always get through 2 handwriting books, and it's usually not an issue at all. Like, it's pretty easy for her. She doesn't mind it. So that's going to be her handwriting curriculum. I'm also going to be adding in a logic curriculum this year. She did the mind benders stuff last year, and it was good. It was fine, but I wanted something a little bit more I don't know, story-based, I guess you could say. So I found this Lollipop Logic book, and I got this off Amazon. Anything that I'm mentioning that I can link, I will link in the description below. And this is actually, it says grades K through 2, so it'll be perfect. But it has just more like activities in it than just the same repetitive mind benders, and there's lots of different ones to keep her interest and keep her entertained, which I've found for Quinn, the way to keep her entertained, the way to keep her learning the best that she can is to vary what she's doing, keep it exciting, keep it fun, let her have breaks when she needs them, let her move while she's doing her schoolwork. She loves to be like spinning. We have spinny chairs back here, and she likes to be spinning in her chair or sometimes standing, and she just loves to be moving. And so I go with it. I don't try to stop it. So we're going to use that and see how that works for that. And then for music, that's her last individual curriculum, and she is graduating out of the 3rd year of the Let's Play Music program. today, actually, I'm filming this on Saturday, June 4th, and we're going to her concert later today. And she has decided not to continue with music practice, music lessons, I guess, formal music lessons. But I definitely don't want her to lose what she has learned. I want her to kind of stay up on her skills. And so they give this student review book at the end of the year that is mainly like for summer to kind of help them review what they've learned and not forget and stuff. But since she's not continuing next year with the next level of the Let's Play Music thing, I'm actually going to use this for her curriculum. I'm just going to, it's not going to be an everyday thing. It'll be like a couple times a week, and I'll have her go through and do the theory pages, like one theory page. It's all falling out on me. One theory page, and like give her a song that she hasn't learned yet. I'm kind of still trying to figure it out, but what I'm thinking is having her pick a song that she has already played, and then having her pick a song that she hasn't, and then also having her do one workbook page. I think that's going to be like the weekly thing that we do, so that she's still practicing and still learning because she's playing songs she's never played, confident because she's playing songs she has, and then building on her theory and her music knowledge there. So that's her plan for music for the next school year. Okay, now we're going to move on to Bailey, and we switched over, like I mentioned, from MathSeeds this year to Masterbooks level 3, and so we are going to use level 4 this year. She loves this. She literally begs to do it. She always wants to do more than just the 1 or 2 pages that she's assigned for that day, and I definitely don't stop her as long as she's done with her other stuff. She loves it so much, and it has worked well. She's learned so much, and so why change it? Why change it if it's working, right? And that's what we're going to be using for math for her this following year. For reading language arts, again, we switched from ReadingEggs. We actually started her with ReadingEggs in year 3, but that's kind of how we discovered that it wasn't going to work for us. And so we switched to The Good and the Beautiful. Loved that as well. And so we're going to stick with that. So we're going to be doing level 4 for The Good and the Beautiful language arts. And this one's cool because it comes with a spelling and writing workshop book instead of having it like having them have to have a separate journal that they fill things in. It's all in there, and so that's going to be really nice because she loves like that kind of pre-made forms and filling things in and stuff. So I think that's going to be really good for her. It also comes with a level 4 personal reader and level 4 world biographies, so she'll get to learn a lot. She did level 3 had poetry, and she really loved that, but biographies I think is going to be even better for her because she loves learning about people and what they've accomplished around the world. Also going hand in hand with language arts, there definitely is grammar in The Good and the Beautiful. It covers grammar. I don't know if I would say thoroughly, but it definitely teaches the basics of what you need to know for grammar. But we have been using, since before we started The Good and the Beautiful, we've been using Growing with Grammar, and she really likes it. She started it in 2nd grade, and she did level 1. Last year she did level 2, so this year we're going to do level 3. And it comes with the student workbook, and again, they switched it up and have a student manual. So like this teaches all of the content, and then this is like all of the worksheet pages that she'll be doing to practice that content. It also comes with a packet of level 3 tests, and it's just 1 page front and back, and it has I don't know if you can see very well with the lighting. Let's see, there we go. So test 3, just very simple, and it goes over what they've learned, and it tells you which lesson to use it after for each one. So it's what I do is go through the lesson book, and like this one says to use after lesson 2.11, so I'll go to lesson 2.11 and I'll just write above it test after this lesson. That way I don't have to like try to remember or like check all the time, oh shoot, is a test coming up? As soon as we get to that lesson I see that and I'm like, perfect, as soon as you've done this lesson we'll do a test on that. So that's kind of how I work that, and that'll be what she's using for grammar. She is also using Getty Dubay for handwriting, and she is up to book E, so this year she'll be doing books E and F. She's been doing cursive a lot this year, and this is kind of just practicing the skills that she has learned, joining things a little bit more. So there's an example of what she's going to be doing this year. And she can do her handwriting in less than 10 minutes. So She really likes it. I have looked into the Good and the Beautiful for handwriting, and I think it would also be a good fit, but this works and we like it. So it's hard to just change when something is working. So we're going to stick with it this year. We might eventually switch to the Good and the Beautiful. Who knows? We'll see. But then also for like logic and critical thinking, I wanted her to do something. And so we got a critical thinking detective book that she's actually already started. She saw this and was like, can I please do it? And it has like a whole story about some kind of a crime, like a hypothetical crime that's kid approved, not inappropriate at all. And then they have to use critical thinking to figure out who the suspects are, why they're the suspects, and figure out who the thief will be. And there's enough clues in the story that they can find out definitively who the thief was, or who the criminal was, basically. And so she's really excited to do that one for sure. I also have a Mindbenders book for her that she didn't quite finish last year. She kind of just got tired of it, so I might let her finish that if she wants to, but I'm not going to push for that in any way. That's it for the individual subjects. Now I'm going to move on to family stuff, and I'm like, being only 2 grades apart, it's really nice that we can do this together because it just makes sense. I'm sure we'll get to a point where like when Bailey goes into like a middle school level that I might have to separate some of these a little bit, but for now we love that we can do them together. And I'm going to start with showing you guys science. 2 of these are going to look familiar from the last curriculum video. We got married in December and it literally put a halt to homeschool. So we didn't actually do our second unit that we planned to do. And then for the spring unit we were going to be doing, they wanted to do human body. So we switched it up and we did human body instead. I went with where their interests had led them, and it was great. They loved it so much. They learned a lot. We've done it already like a couple years ago, but obviously they were pretty young. So it was nice to do it again, and they learned a lot about it and they both loved it. But the Good and the Beautiful did release a new unit, and it's paleontology. So we are going to be doing that first, and I am so excited about the new layout of these science units. There's only a couple of them that have the new format, but they used to come with like loose paper and you would hole punch them and put them in, or get them bound, or however you wanted to put them together. You would cut out all the mini books and assemble them and cut out all the vocab. You can laminate stuff. You make copies of all of the worksheets that they each need and stuff. And so it was a lot of kind of prep work on the front end. I guess not a lot compared to some curriculums, but there was definitely prep work involved. But this year they switched it up. It came bound already, which is so nice. And you still have like the vocab in the front. I'll rip these out and laminate them so that we can put them up on our science wall and stuff, but that will be easy peasy. And then instead of having all those worksheets that you have to make copies of for your kids, you just get a student journal for each one. And there's different grade levels. This is grades 3 through 6, so technically Quinn's going into 2nd grade, but I looked through it and it's going to be fine for her. But there's the 3 through 6, and then there's, I think, 7th and up. I think there's 2 different levels. And so this has all of the like activities that they'll do with the paleontology unit. So we're definitely doing that first because we are all excited to learn about that and fill in some of our history timeline back here that you can see, which is so fun. Then the second unit we were going to be doing last year when wedding took over everything was arthropods, and we didn't end up doing it. And that's just the nature of life, and the beauty of homeschool is that you can adjust and change as you need. But we are going to be doing that for the second unit once we're done with paleontology. They love bugs. Like 2 days ago, I heard like a fly buzzing in our window, and I was like, where is that? So I lifted up the blinds, and there was a spider who had kind of caught it in its web and was going to get it. And I called the girls in, and they were like fascinated watching this spider and this fly battle, and they were like rooting for the spider because they think flies are annoying, and it was just really fun. They love bugs. Like, they'll pick up worms. That's not a bug, but you know what I mean. Like, they're not really scared of most of them, which is nice. So we're going to be doing that. And then for the spring unit, which in my last curriculum video I'd said that we were going to be doing this spring, and we didn't because they wanted human body. We're going to be doing botany. And this one we did 2 years ago. We started, but we only got like halfway through, so we haven't done all of it. and I'm pretty sure they've probably forgotten most of what we've done anyway, since it's been a couple years, and they were like 4 and 6 years old. So it's going to be basically like new for them, and we are going to be doing that. And then it's going to be nice with the arthropods unit before that, because we'll always get the butterflies from insect lore, and probably do like the ladybugs too, just to kind of like see the fruits of what we've learned in that. And then we'll go into botany and planting flowers and learning about all of that as well. So I'm really excited for the science units this year. I love these science units so much, and I'm even learning a lot too, which is really fun because I love to learn. The next family curriculums we are doing are art and Spanish. I don't have my Spanish box out. I've shown it in, I think, all my curriculum videos so far, and then I've also done a separate video, but we are going to be using Hola Amigo again. We upgraded to the elementary box instead of the early learners box, but it's a monthly subscription box, and it's super fun, full of activities, and they learn how to speak Spanish as well in the meantime, like with play. So we're going to be continuing with that. But then for art, we are continuing with Home Art Studio. And I actually just learned that they discontinued these. So I actually went to Rainbow, I think it was Rainbow Resource, and bought all of the grades of this because I love it so much. The teacher on here, teaches all of the stuff, walks you through all of the projects. All I have to do is provide the supplies and help out when needed. And that's what I needed, because I don't have a big knowledge of like art terms and stuff. Like I can do a project, but that's kind of where it ends for me. And so I really like that this is taught already. So if you want to try this, you gotta find it used probably, or potentially on like a place like Rainbow Resource, they might have the grades, but we really like it. And we actually, again, the wedding happening, we didn't finish, so we're only a quarter of the way through the first grade one, so which is downstairs, but we'll be using the first grade one and then moving into the second grade one. And like they have the grade levels and stuff, but Bailey is in the first grade ones. She's going into 4th grade next year, but she has learned a lot and loves them just as much as Quinn does. So you can kind of have some wiggle room there with grades. And then for history, this is going to look familiar to you as well. We did History Quest last year and the year before, but again, the year before they were 4 and 6 years old. So we are going to circle around back to the History Quest early times. And we have the reader and I have the workbook. I also have a video flip through of this that's really detailed if you want to see more into kind of like what this looks like on the inside and how we make it work, how we put together our history binders and stuff like that. I will link that in the description box below because we absolutely love it. I have an affiliate link down in the description as well. So if you purchase through that link, then we get a small commission. So if you do, thank you ahead of time for that. But we just truly love it. That's the plan for history. And then the last thing I have, this isn't really like a curriculum necessarily, but I really wanted to introduce them to Shakespeare early on because I feel like I always had a desire to like understand Shakespearean works and to be like super into that. I even took a class in college about it and I just never could. And I think like if they get introduced early on to this, then they're going to be more likely to love it basically. And so I got this 20 Shakespeare children's stories complete collection from Amazon, and I got it on like super like really good deal. I think it was like $20 for all of these, which was a really good deal. But it has, I'll kind of show you all the ones that it has. So you can like pause and take a screenshot if you want to see what it has. I don't know if you can even tell, but I will link it. And so we're going to read through these as well. There's 20 of them. So we'll probably do like one a week, and I might try to find like a worksheet, like activity type of thing that would go along with each one to add in there to kind of like cement that in. So if you have any good resources for like elementary level activities that aren't too involved, or like fun coloring pages, or even like word searches, or just something simple like that that goes along with these, then please let me know because I am going to be printing some of those out for sure. But that is it for our curriculum for this next year. We've gotten into a really good rhythm this past spring and like the second half of the school year, starting in like February-ish, once we kind of recovered from all of the wedding stuff. And so it's been really nice, and I'm excited to kind of take that into the next school year as well. We don't have an actual start date yet. I got to try to figure that out, but I'm thinking sometime in probably September is probably the more realistic goal for that. But that is all for now. I hope you guys have an amazing day. For now, remember to stay humble, be kind, and I will see you next time.